by the letter it starts out by. And I'm not including, like, keywords like the, a, stuff like that. I think I remember I did this before for, best movies. That's for each letter. Things have changed. I don't know when. I'm gonna reboot that video sometime. I don't remember when. So first, highest grossing movies start with any number is 2012, which grossed 791 million, despite some pretty terrible reviews. Yeah, it's some kind of apocalypse movie. I might see it someday. So number 8, Avatar, the highest grossing movie of all time. Actually, the top 3 highest grossing movies ever start with A. Avatar, Avengers Endgame, and Avatar: The Way of Water. This is also, if I were deciding the box office, if I were king of the box office, I would pick Avatar. Grossing $2.9 billion. Obviously, it's the highest grossing movie of all time. Then number B, for B, it's Barbie, a pretty recent installment to this list, which grossed $1.4 billion. Yeah, it made about half of the last movie we just mentioned. Yeah. Then for C, we got Captain America: Civil War. Captain America: Civil War, one of the greatest Marvel movies of all time. The third installment in the Captain America franchise, and the highest grossing over $1 billion, and to this day, it's the 9th highest grossing superhero movie, just ahead of Aquaman, right behind Iron Man 3, I believe. D, Deadpool and Wolverine. Already, half of the ones that start with letters are Marvel. It's crazy. Deadpool Wolverine, the highest grossing R-rated movie, grossed $1.3 billion. Deadpool, good, that was such a fun time. E is E.T. the Extraterrestrial, because I'm surprised. I was expecting $1 billion film, because E is like the most used letter in the alphabet, but I guess not. I guess there's no $1 billion E films. So, E.T. the Extraterrestrial grossed $797 million back in 1982. Probably would be $1 billion film, though, if I did it adjusted for inflation. Yeah. And was the highest grossing movie, period, for about 11 years, actually. Interestingly. Then F, Furious 7. I think like a good portion of the movies for F is just Fast and the Furious movies. Furious 7, and back in 2015, Furious 7 made $1.5 billion, which would be about twice as much as the installment before that, Fast and the Furious 6, which grossed about $780 million. Then number G is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which grossed $863 million back in 2017. I actually think the entire top 3 for G is Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Yeah. $863 million. H is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I'm genuinely not surprised by this. I mean, I'm genuinely not. I think a good portion of the top top part is Harry Potter movies. Yeah, the movie grossed $1.3 billion and is the highest grossing movie in one of the highest grossing franchises. And yeah. For I, it's Inside Out 2, one of the a recent installment to the list. Inside Out 2 grossed 1.6, almost 1.7 billion dollars, making it the highest grossing movie of 2024, and at the time of release, the 8th highest grossing movie ever. But today it is the 9th. Neja 2. Then for J is Jurassic World. J is such a fun letter because in J there's Jurassic World, which is great, and then there's Joker, which is an absolute masterpiece, and then there's John Wick. I mean, Jurassic, John Wick, Joker. Yeah, but Jurassic's number 1, obviously, with $1.6 billion. I actually did timeline wise. At the time of release, this was literally the 3rd highest grossing movie ever. Crazy. K is Kung Fu Panda 2. This one surprised me. Grossing $665 million. This movie was never number 1, so that part shocks me. That I remember I made I don't know if you but I made a video on the highest grossing movies to never be number 1. But I think I did miss Life of Pi, so yeah. Then for L, The Lion King. I think second place for L, I believe, is second place for L is Lord of the Rings. Third place is Lilo and Stitch, the 2025 live action reboot. Lion King grossed $1.6 billion at the box office, and is the highest grossing reboot, and one of the highest grossing movies. Period. M is Minions, the highest grossing prequel. The highest grossing movie and the highest grossing in the highest grossing animated franchise. I personally enjoyed Minions. I thought it was fun. It had mixed reviews, but yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun movie. N is Ne Zha 2, grossing exactly $2.15 billion. It's crazy the exact. It's crazy how many zeros there are. Yeah. This is the highest grossing Chinese movie, and China is the second biggest market for movies. The second largest amount. So in the box office, obviously the U.S. makes the most money at the box office. China is second place. I think Japan is third place. Yeah, Japan is third place, I believe. O is Oppenheimer. We had to, of course, there's both Barbie and Oppenheimer on this list. Oppenheimer grossed $975 million. Today, it is the third highest grossing R-rated movie, but it debuted at number 2, only behind Joker. Oh, Joker, I love you. Okay. P is Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. I think actually the top 3 is all Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I know number 2 is on Strangest Tides. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest Dead Man's Chest grossed $1.06 billion. Fun fact about Pirates 2. At the time of release, Pirates of the Caribbean had the best opening weekend ever at the time of release, with $135 million domestic. But then that was beaten the next year by Spider-Man 3, which had I think $150 million, and then Twilight, whatever this second Twilight is called, got close. And then that was in 2009, and Dark Knight. I don't remember exactly, but it once held that top spot. Q is Quantum of Solace. Man, Quantum of Solace was such a good movie. It was a good movie. I recently watched Spectra, and I like Quantum of Solace a lot. I like Quantum of Solace more. Spectra was so good. Anyway, Quantum of Solace grossed $589 million, and just barely was second place for highest grossing Bond movie at the time of release, after Casino Royale. Today, it is the 5th highest grossing Bond movie, after Casino Royale, No Time to Die, Spectra, and Skyfall. R is Rogue One, a Star Wars story, grossing $1.05 billion, and is the second highest grossing prequel. In my opinion, this is the best Star Wars movie. Yeah. It was also the second highest grossing movie of 2016. You're actually gonna of the 4 highest grossing 2016 movies, of the $4 billion films from 2016, you're gonna see 3 of them on this list. You can guess the other. Although we passed one of them, so I think you can do the math. Then S is another Star Wars movie, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, grossing $2.07 billion. Star Wars: The Force Awakens, at the time of release, had the best domestic opening weekend ever. Just note, the 2 movies that had made more than Star Wars: The Force Awakens at the time, Avatar and Titanic, had a lot lower domestic openings. Star Wars: The Force Awakens had an opening of $238 million. Titanic had an opening of $28 million, and Avatar had an opening of $75 million. Man, but Avatar made almost about $900 million more. Titanic made about $200 million more. Speaking of Titanic, T is Titanic. My favorite movie. Grossing $2.264 billion. I'm not gonna read all that number. I'm too lazy for that. At the time of release, this was the highest grossing movie, and this was actually the first movie ever to make $1 billion, because it hit that milestone in March of 1998. It took about 70 something days, whereas Endgame took opening weekend to make $1 billion. Anyway, yeah. For you is Up. Second place is Uncharted. Yeah, I know. Us Uncharted fans. Grossing $735 million. Yeah, I know this is like fun fact about Up. Up is one of only 3 animated movies to ever be nominated for Best Picture. The other 2 are Beauty and the Beast. Which, and at the time of Beauty and the Beast's release, there was no Best Animated Feature. So, yeah. I think that was the first animation nomination ever. And the following year, Toy Story 3. Those are the only 3 Best Picture noms for, what's it called? Up. Or animated movies. V is Venom. Venom. Venom is so good. I really don't get the hate. Actually, the top 3 is the Venom trilogy. Venom grossed $856 million globally. I think apparently the Box Office Mojo, it was built on about $100 million budget. So let's do the math. 656 million 85,161 dollars in profit. Nah, I'm not. Nah, probably I forgot to include marketing. I don't know anyway. Then W is Wolf Warrior 2, another foreign movie. I think this is the sequel to. I know the first Wolf Warrior movie was critically panned. Actually, fun fact: the top 2 for W are Wolf Warrior and 2 and Wonder Woman. Actually, I've never seen Wolf Warrior 2, so I shouldn't be talking. Yeah. So, and it came out in the same year, but Wolf Warrior 2 made about $40 million more. X is X-Men Days of Future Past. Obviously it's gonna be the X-Men. I knew it was gonna be the X-Men. I just had to Google up what was the highest grossing. They said they just gave me the Deadpool trilogy, so I knew X-Men Days of Future Past made more than the non-Deadpool X-Men movies. X-Men Days of Future Past back in 2014 made $746 million, and today is the highest grossing X-Men movie, not including Deadpool. Why is YOLO from 2024? It's a foreign movie. I don't know what it's about. Something about this girl training to be a boxer. I don't know. Somehow it pulled in $433 million. I don't know how. Maybe it was good in China. Then lastly, for Z, Zootopia. And I don't think there's much competition for the letter of Z. Zootopia made just above $1 billion. And yeah, I think to this day is the 4th biggest March release ever. After what's it called? After Alice in Wonderland, Captain Marvel, and Beauty and the Beast. All Disney. That'll be all for today's video on highest grossing movie for each letter of the alphabet. Drop down in the comments what you thought was the highest grossing letter for each letter of the alphabet. And yeah, check out my channel for more content like this, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.